Hi, my name is Alicia Herring, and this lesson was centered around a kindergarten social studies standard that states students will describe the work that people do and whether they produce a good or provide a service. I also used the nets as standards 1, 2, and 6 when implementing this lesson. Students interacted and collaborated with peers to publish digital media reflecting their understanding of the standards. The three Web 2.0 tools that I chose for this lesson was a Glogster, a slideshow, and posting these projects onto my wiki page, which you can see right here. On my wiki page, I also have the community service project we participated in was our canned food drive. So you can see my students in the March of the Cans. Last Friday they were marching the cans up to give them to the Salvation Army for the needy families. So we participated in a community project, and then students chose their favorite community helper and made a Glogster or a slideshow. And my slideshow is right here on my wiki page. Students had to apply their knowledge by creating a Glogster or slideshow about a community helper and summarizing what they learned to their peers. In conclusion, they had to explain why people work and how they can be community helpers. Learning was differentiated for students by the amount of teacher support and modeling. Some students worked in groups and some individual with the teacher. Equitable access was assured in large group because of our interactive smartboard, which all students can see and use in the whole group setting. Small group time was given to all students 3 times during the week, and individual time was given to students as needed. To assess student learning of whether their community helper produced a good or provided a service, I had them sort community helpers on an interactive smartboard activity. If their community helper provided a service, then it would go into the purple square and disappear. If they chose wrong, it would pop back out. To tie in with our canned food drive and our community service project of those in need, I covered another standard in kindergarten, the difference between wants and needs. So students learned the difference between something they wanted and something they needed. And then they sorted these pictures also on the smartboard activity. Reflective journals were used at the end of the lesson to see if students could name more than one community helper, describe the work they do, and tell if they produce a good, or provide a service. So here's some of our student work that was created at the end of this lesson. Students were also assessed on all content standards and a language standard on their projects using a rubric. Some of the challenges that I faced while implementing this lesson on community helpers was a time constraint in the classroom. While the students were engaged and loved this project, it did take a lot away from our time during the day. Another challenge was the slideshow, and when I produced the slideshow, there was no sound. I had created a PowerPoint first, and each slide, as you can see, has the microphone, so it's connected to a student's voice telling about their community helper and what they do. The sound worked fine in the PowerPoint, but once turned into a slideshow, all you could see were the slides, and you could not hear the sound. This disappointed me and the students because they wanted to hear their recordings. They worked so hard on their recordings. So I turned their PowerPoint into a YouTube video, and this allowed me and the students to be able to see their page and hear their voices. The YouTube video is located on my Wikispace page, and in the address bar you can see the address to my Wikispace if you would like to check out our projects and hear our YouTube video. Since this was my first time in the classroom implementing Web 2.0 tools, it was a learning experience for me as well as my students. But I know it was engaging and meaningful, and so many standards were covered that I didn't even realize with their collaborative group work and their extended learning beyond the classroom. So I look forward to producing more projects like this in the future. Thanks.